And just a quick edit before the video starts. One big reason why, obviously I know I stopped filming in April, but one big reason why I hadn't actually got back to YouTube sooner, I would have got back to YouTube like at the start of July, but I hadn't actually got back sooner was because I lost my dogs. If any of you have me on Snapchat, you would know that, you know, I owned 2 Rottweiler dogs, and you know, they got really sick. Well, one of them got really sick, went to the vets, ended up staying there for like a week, and unfortunately she ended up passing away at the vets. And then the other one just wasn't really coping well, and she had a long-term arthritis problem, and tried several ways of treating it and just couldn't get it right. And you know, her quality of life was literally nothing, you know, laid on the bed all day, had to carry her to wee and so on and so forth. And you know, I went to the vets, and we also made a decision to put her down, and obviously that was mentally taxing. If anyone knows anything about owning pets, they're one of yours. But anyways, that's the edit, so enjoy the rest of the video. What's up and welcome back to my channel. And yes, it's JVceo, and I'm back. I am back. What's up? How you doing? Right, so I know some of you have been wondering, where have I been? What have I been up to? Why haven't I sort of filmed any recent videos or anything? And I think earlier on this week, well, I mean, today's a Sunday, so I'm actually filming this video today. It's going to come out later on today. But I think last week I did say, like, who wants me back on YouTube? And like, a lot of people actually responded. And that was really encouraging. I think the reason why I've been off YouTube was a mixture of things. I try and be as transparent as possible. But the reason why I've been off YouTube, so I'm filming this on my iPhone 12 Pro Max, by the way. But right, I should really take the stairs rather than the elevator, you know, but I'm being lazy. But anyways, the reason why I've been off YouTube, it's quite simple. It's positive and negative. So I'll probably start with the negative, then go into the positive, and I'll tell you what my sort of filming schedule is moving forward and what you guys can expect. But I think in terms of the negative parts of it, why do we start with a negative? Let's start with a positive. So in terms of the positive parts as to why I sort of came off YouTube for a minute, I got really busy. That's really as simple as it gets. I got really busy. Apologies. So some of you that have me on my personal Snapchat may know. If you don't have me on Snap, just make sure you follow me. It's JVceo. But I mean, I'm an uncle now for the first time. Obviously, my nephew. I've taken quite a huge responsibility with my nephew, you know, for reasons that I probably don't want to get into in this video. But yeah, I've taken quite a huge responsibility with regards to that. So that's taken quite a lot of my time up as well. Well, not a lot, but a considerable amount of my time, because they live quite further away from me. So it means quite a bit of traveling and so on and so forth. Moving on from that, on a even more positive note as well, is I've been very busy. So for some of you that again follow me on Snap, you would know that earlier on this year I was out in Ghana, and that was a positive and a negative. I mean, I had deals in Ghana to sort of complete and sort of overlook and have full oversight on, but what that caused was lack of time, and put me in a position where, you know, I'm not really traveling with all my filming equipment and stuff, and you know, it wasn't very convenient to film, you know, and during that period I struggled with even, you know, trading the stock market and so on and so forth, because I had poor reception, and it just wasn't the greatest setup. You know, I wasn't prepared enough to actually make the trip and make it a filming trip. So that's part of the reason why I haven't filmed. Moving on from that, I'm working on some new business opportunities for myself, which I'll be sharing in future videos. So obviously some of you know a couple of the things that I do anyways, like the consultancy company and so on and so forth. But, you know, for me, it's about how do we level up and break past certain barriers and even take things further than we ever have. And, you know, I've got an idea that I'm working on. You know, it's a couple of app ideas that I'm working on. And again, that has taken a significant amount of time. I grew my team at the start of the year. I think I haven't filmed since probably April. So at that point, you know, I had a relatively small team, but now I have a much bigger team, a much larger team, and it requires a lot of attention, a lot of care, a lot of time to sort of run the team efficiently and stuff. And I think YouTube just went on the back burner for me. And obviously, let's be honest, I mean, I love filming YouTube. For me, it's a way of relaxing, but YouTube doesn't pay me, you know. So I think if I was ever going to drop something, I would obviously drop the YouTube, because that's not a cash generating sort of business for me. With that being said, towards the end of this quarter, I would look to monetize the YouTube alongside, you know, the personal brand, that being the JVceo brand. So a lot of people ask for like personal coaching and all of that stuff. I'm just in my office, by the way, but a lot of people ask for like personal coaching and all of that stuff. And I think, you know, JVceo is the right vehicle to sort of push that forward for them and, you know, take them into my world and stuff like that. Funny enough, was today I had a challenge. Well, yesterday I had a challenge. I basically said, look, 4 a.m. rise today, being Sunday, the 23rd, I believe, of July. So I said 4 a.m. rise, who's going to check in? Like, who wants to do the 4 a.m. rise? Because I'm a big believer that however you start your day is how you carry on, you know, and I'm not a big advocate of staying in bed till late and so on and so forth. So, you know, I said that, and over 50 people checked in and said, yeah, I'm going to rise at 4 a.m. And this was probably around maybe 11, 12 midnight. I ended up going to sleep around 12:30. And when I checked my Snapchat this morning, only one person actually joined, and they were 11 minutes late. But I mean, at least they joined. So that's the most important thing. They made the attempt to join. And I think that's quite fun. And, you know, there's a lot of creative things I can do from the coaching side of things. But that's for another video anyways. Now, onto the negatives, because I have talked about quite a few positives. Now, onto the negative, one of the reasons why I sort of came off Snapchat was I had some other personal sort of family related stuff that took a lot of my attention mentally. And I'm always a big advocate of, bro, take the week off, take the month off, and just make sure you come back stronger. So that's one. Secondly, I really started focusing on the market a lot more. If I'm being honest with you guys, towards the start of the year, it was quite fairly easier to trade the financial market, that being the stock market and stuff, right? Very easy. I mean, some of you that have me on Snapchat would know I have like 30K days, 20K days, and so on and so forth. But then things got really difficult after the market crash. I'll be honest, I lost a significant amount of money. Obviously, overall, I made a huge amount of money, but nonetheless, on the back end of that, I lost a significant amount of profit, if you want to call it that. I lost over maybe $250,000, maybe £300,000 over like a 2 month and a half period, you know. And it was a wake up call for me, because I thought I was getting too complacent. You know, I got to a stage where I was no longer spending the 2 hours that I spend in the morning researching sort of stocks and so on and so forth. So I thought I have to get back to the basics, and dropping off YouTube was one of them. And, you know, I was just at a stage where I was trying to grow the cash generating businesses that I had, and YouTube just wasn't fitting perfectly at that particular time. However, all of that is done and I'm back. You know, in terms of moving forward, I'm going to try and upload twice a week. One big reason, my lips are quite dry. One big reason why I did stop was I was actually looking to build my own studio, believe it or not, but I just never had the right location. Because if you know anything about me, I move around quite a lot. So I have properties like up north, I have properties like down south, and like I might be in Essex one day and then London another day and then up in Stoke another day, and I move around quite a lot. So it's quite difficult to say I'm going to create a studio. Firstly, where's the studio going to be? So that, you know, I was like, I want to level up my YouTube. So that caused me to get complacent, because I was like, I want to level up my YouTube and sort of like, you know, have better production, better location, and so on and so forth. And I think that just made me create excuses not to sort of create videos for you guys. And I just think, bro, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, just film where you can. And when you have the opportunity to build a studio, then you build a studio. You're not going to stop what you like simply because you don't have a studio space. So that's that anyways. At the moment, I'm filming out of my office because I got a couple of offices and stuff. Well, this one, excuse me, I might be giving it up in a month or two because, again, I'm traveling abroad. more of that later on anyways. But that's the situation. But I'm back now. I'm back. I'm happy, I'm healthy, and that's the most important thing. And I've got a lot of genius ideas to share with you guys, from money-making schemes to, you know, savings and running businesses to, you know, the new sort of property phase that we're going into, and so on and so forth. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys always. Thank you for encouraging me to come back to YouTube, and more to come. I filmed a couple of videos. A week or so ago, but I never uploaded it because I had a couple of other things going on. But I'm going to upload those videos after this. So even though it was shot before this, but I'm going to upload it after. So, you know, just make the mental adjustments. But that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.